Honours were just about even between the two bottom clubs in the LV County Championship, Leicestershire and Kent, at the end of the opening day of their match at Grace Road. Claude Henderson, Leicestershire's fourth captain of the summer, won the toss and batted, praying that there was going to be no repeat of the disaster of last weekend when Leicestershire were blown away for just 34 in Southend-on-Sea. And credit had to be given to Will Jefferson, the way that he put that debacle to the back of his mind, as he immediately took on the Kent bowlers with a string of superb shots. Thanks to him, Leicestershire needed less than half an hour to get past 34 this time, as the very tall opener used his sizable frame to hit some gorgeous boundaries, as his side got off to something of a flyer. He was helped in an opening stand of 65, made in fewer than 12 overs, by Matthew Boyce. Boyce had made 18 when he got a regulation edge to a delivery from David Balcombe and was caught behind. And that again started a flow of wickets. Jefferson on 32 followed 2 balls later as he pulled Wahab Riaz down the throat of Joe Denley, who'd been placed in the deep for that very shot. Josh Cobb went in Riaz's next over, nicking a good one behind, and now Leicestershire were on 74 for 3. There must have been some concern that something horrible was about to happen again, but Wayne White and Greg Smith prevented that, and by the time that play stopped for lunch, Leicestershire were handily placed on 112 for 3. But soon after the restart, Smith, on a hard-working 17, tried to pull Azam Mahmood, but misread the length and was given out LBW. White remained and was playing well, typified by this cracking cover drive. He'd been joined by 17-year-old Shiv Thakur, who was playing in his debut championship match, and he showed that he knows how to bat. He was still in when White reached his half-century from his 87th delivery. It was his 4th of the season and had glued the middle of the innings together, something he needed to do with James Taylor away leading the England Lions. However, White was out before he'd added another run, bowled by James Treadwell, who somehow got a ball through White's defences just 4 deliveries after Thakur had been dismissed by Riaz for 10. And when Tom New departed after spending 25 minutes trying to get off the mark, called off a top-edge pull shot to give Riaz his 4th wicket, Leicestershire were again in some trouble on 166 for 7. 3 wickets had fallen for the addition of only 7 runs, and a score of 200 now looked a way off, but Jigger Naik and Henderson then clawed their side back into the contest. Henderson was leading the side with Matthew Hoggard injured, Andrew McDonald back in Australia after an illness in the family, and Taylor, who was trying to earn a place in the full England team while skippering the Lions in Scarborough. The big South African seemed to be enjoying the extra responsibility though. He'd guided his side to 195 for 7 by tea, but to the 4th ball of the evening session, Naik was out, leaving Henderson to go on the attack. He hit Treadwell for a huge 6, before he launched into the bowling of Riaz, who was searching for his 5th wicket. Henderson pulled in for 1-4, followed it up next ball with a similar shot for another boundary, and then made it 3-3 with a swish once again over mid-wicket. It was an excellent counter-attack from the acting captain. A more classical cover drive of Treadwell took Henderson to his 3rd 50 of the summer. That was his 8th 4 to go with that 6, as he got there from 75 balls in an hour and a quarter. Playing as he was now, he was always going to offer a chance or two to the bowlers, but he fell playing a defensive-ish shot bowled through the gate by Treadwell for a top score of 54. Leicestershire had also given Alex Wyatt a rare start. The 4 he scored was his best to date, but he was out when he tried to slog Treadwell over the top and found Adam Ball instead. Leicestershire had in the end been dismissed for 257, an innings including 45 extras with 16 wides and 16 no balls. That soon looked to be a decent score when Nathan Buck removed Rob Key in the 1st over of the reply. White with a catch off Key's firm cut shot. Key was out for a duck, as was Sam Northeast, who edged Wyatt low down to Boyce at 10 for 2. Leicestershire's fairly inexperienced attack had begun well, but they were prevented from making any more important inroads into the Kent card by Joe Denley and Martin van Jaarsveld. Leicestershire weren't helped by the fact that White broke down during his 2nd over to add to their bowling problems. Still, Buck showed some maturity by putting his hand up and returning to bowl Denley just as he was looking good, he was out for 31 to the final and very useful ball of the day. So Kent will now have to resume on the second day on 47 for 3 in their reply, and that means that they still trail by 210 runs. How they start on the second morning will be key as to which direction this match now heads in.